Volkswagen's compact SUV lineup has quietly become one of the most expensive in Europe, and the T-Roc R-Line is where that reality becomes impossible to ignore. At €42,490 before any further options, this is a car that costs what a base Tiguan cost not long ago. The question is no longer whether the T-Roc is good enough. The question is whether Volkswagen's own lineup still makes sense when the smaller car costs this much. In celestial blue, the second-generation T-Roc has a presence the first generation never achieved. The slim LED headlights, connected by a light strip across the front, give the face a confidence that reads closer to Tiguan than a T-Cross. 122mm longer overall, 9 wider, 9 taller. On the MQB Evo platform, the same architecture as the Tiguan and T-Roc, the proportions have shifted from tall hatchback to something that genuinely reads as a compact SUV. Inside is where this generation of the T-Roc genuinely earns its price increase. The dashboard uses a fabric-wrapped upper surface that reads as deliberate rather than cost-saving, and the overall material quality sits closer to the Tiguan than any previous T-Roc managed. The 12.9-inch touchscreen is responsive and logically structured, and the return of a physical rotary dial for volume and drive modes is a welcome correction after years of fully touch-dependent Volkswagen interiors. 30-color ambient lighting adds atmosphere without being overdone, which is important at this price point. The front cabin is spacious for the segment. The R-Line sport seats provide noticeable bolster support without being restrictive, and with the steering wheel and seat both offering generous adjustment range, finding a natural driving position takes seconds. USB-C charging at up to 60 watts is standard, and the wireless phone integration means you can leave the cable at home entirely. The rear cabin benefits from the 30mm increase in legroom that the MQB Evo platform delivers. Two adults over 6 feet can sit one behind the other, which is not something the first T-Roc could manage without compromise. The seat angle is comfortable enough for longer journeys, and the 3-zone climate control, branded Air Care, means rear passengers get their own temperature settings. ISOFIX points are standard. A weekend bag, a stroller, or a week's worth of groceries. The boot handles all three without folding the rear seats. At 16.8 cubic feet, it is 30 liters larger than the outgoing model, and the adjustable cargo floor means you can either maximize depth or create a flat loading surface when the seats are folded. A 12-volt outlet in the boot keeps devices charged on longer trips. Under the hood, the 1.5-liter eTSI mild hybrid delivers 148 horsepower and 184 pound-feet of torque through a 7-speed DSG. It is smooth, quiet, and willing enough in daily use, reaching 60 miles per hour in 8.8 seconds. The 48-volt system enables coasting and cylinder deactivation, which helps this car achieve roughly 42 miles per gallon. The one area where the mild hybrid system shows its limitations is in the brake pedal. Autocar noted that the transition between regenerative and friction braking is not entirely seamless, and that is consistent with what you feel at low speeds. A slight inconsistency in pedal response that requires a brief adjustment period. It is not a deal breaker, but it is something you notice before you learn to ignore it. What the T-Roc R-Line reveals is that Volkswagen's compact SUV is no longer positioned as a budget-friendly alternative to the Tiguan. It has become the car you choose when you want the Tiguan's engineering without the Tiguan's footprint. Whether enough buyers will choose to pay Tiguan money for a smaller car is a question Volkswagen seems confident it already knows the answer to. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button and subscribe for more content just like this. Leave a comment below with your thoughts or questions. I read every single one. And don't forget to click the bell icon to get notified about my next upload. See you in the next video.